The Chris Watts Family Murders. The Chris Watts family murders, one of the most shocking and heart-wrenching criminal cases in recent history, took place in Frederick, Colorado, in August 2018. Chris Watts, a seemingly devoted husband and father, murdered his pregnant wife, Shannon, and their two young daughters, Bella and Celeste. The brutal nature of the crime, combined with Watts' initial denials and subsequent confessions, captivated and horrified the nation. Christopher Lee Watts was born on May 16, 1985, in Spring Lake, North Carolina. He married Shannon Catherine Ritsusik on November 3, 2012. The couple settled in Frederick, Colorado, and appeared to lead a happy life with their daughters, Bella, born in December 2013, and Celeste, born in July 2015. Shannon was also 15 weeks pregnant with their third child, a boy they planned to name Nico. The seemingly perfect family image began to unravel on August 13, 2018, when Shannon, who had returned from a business trip early that morning, was reported missing along with her daughters. A concerned friend, Nicole Atkinson, had contacted the police after being unable to reach Shannon, who had missed a scheduled doctor's appointment. Chris Watts appeared distressed but cooperative when he spoke with investigators, claiming he had no idea where his wife and daughters could be. As the investigation progressed, Chris's behavior and inconsistencies in his story raised suspicions. He initially told the police that he and Shannon had an emotional conversation the morning she disappeared, but he denied any involvement in their disappearance. Despite his outward cooperation, detectives noticed signs of deception. The breakthrough in the case came on August 15, 2018, when Chris failed a polygraph test and subsequently confessed to killing Shannon. However, his initial confession was an attempt to shift blame. He claimed that Shannon had strangled their daughters in a fit of rage after he told her he wanted a separation, and he had then strangled her in retaliation. This version of events quickly fell apart as more evidence came to light. Investigators discovered that Chris had been having an affair with a co-worker, Nicole Kessinger, which provided a possible motive for the murders. Faced with mounting evidence, Chris eventually admitted to killing his entire family. On August 21, 2018, Chris Watts was charged with 5 counts of first-degree murder, including 2 additional charges for causing the death of a person under the age of 12, unlawful termination of a pregnancy, and 3 counts of tampering with a deceased human body. He pleaded guilty to all charges on November 6, 2018, as part of a plea deal to avoid the death penalty. In his final confession, Chris provided chilling details of the murders. He strangled Shannon in their bedroom, then loaded her body and his 2 daughters into his truck. He drove to a remote oil storage site where he worked, and there, he smothered Bella and Celeste before disposing of their bodies in oil tanks and burying Shannon in a shallow grave nearby. The court sentenced Chris Watts to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole on November 19, 2018. The judge described the murders as the most inhumane and vicious crime he had encountered. The Chris Watts case received extensive media coverage and sparked widespread outrage and sorrow. The seemingly inexplicable nature of his actions, the betrayal of trust, and the calculated manner in which he attempted to cover up his crimes shocked the public. The case also highlighted issues related to domestic violence, mental health, and the facade of perfection that can mask deep-seated problems in personal relationships. In the aftermath of the murders, Shannon's family focused on preserving her memory and raising awareness about domestic violence. They established the Shannon Watts Foundation to support victims of domestic abuse and to educate the public about the signs and dangers of such violence. As we explore the Chris Watts family murders on True Crime, we will delve into the detailed timeline of events, the investigation, and the psychological aspects that may have contributed to this horrific crime. Join us as we examine the evidence, the court proceedings, and the broader societal implications of this devastating case. The story of the Watts family murders serves as a grim reminder of the potential for violence lurking behind closed doors and the importance of vigilance and support for those in vulnerable situations.